Hello. So another day, another week, another opportunity to continue my build. I have sulked enough about the fire. So after doing a bit of a clean, it's time to continue. I've had to order a new rail because that rail is obviously damaged and the one injector was leaking, which caused the fire. So I have ordered one, but it's going to take a few weeks to get here. So while I'm waiting, I've got to find other things to do. So I'm going to try and progress on some of the knickknacks and some of the smaller things around the bike. Things that I'll have to get to eventually, but I kind of had an order and a sequence of things I wanted to do. So this has upset my order a little bit, but that's okay. Let me just do them. You know, I got to keep myself busy, got to keep myself doing stuff. Otherwise, I'll never finish this thing. So while I wait for the injectors, we're going to tackle the handlebars. We might do the fenders. I'm not going to paint the tank until the tank is working. Try and maybe find some places to put some of the wiring. Maybe hook up the brakes. And yeah, just generally move around the bike and start to do those bits and pieces of things that I'll eventually have to get to. So might as well start now. Oh, and my hand. The only burn mark I have, I don't know if you'll see it, is a tiny little red mark over there. So I got real lucky with my hand on fire, but I've now been banished from the garage. I cannot start the bike in the garage anymore. I've got to take it outside, and it's raining outside. So let's keep going. So one interesting thing is there is a little bit of an oil leak coming from the sump, so something's not quite right there. I've cleaned it up and we'll just wait and see if it reforms. It's probably the gasket or the O-ring I'll need to replace, but this is interesting. After running the engine, turning it over just a little bit, the oil has gone absolutely spot on. So I'm pleased. Anyway, I have to disassemble everything here because it's just, there's so much powder everywhere. So I'm just going to take it all apart and label everything again and start the big clean. Yeah.
To 6 weeks later.
Hello again. So it's been a long time since my last post on the Café racer. I gave it a start about 6 weeks ago to try and fix up the damage after the fire. And I got to a certain point, then realized it's a bigger job than I thought, so I stopped because we had lots of stuff happening. So I had my one son was immigrating, so we saw him sort of 3, 4, 5 weeks in a row. That took up all the weekends, and just life got busy at work, and I just stuck it in the garage and kind of forgot about it. But I'm back. So today I have cleaned the garage, tried to take off everything that I need to take off in order to clean all of this fire extinguisher powder off. And that's actually, it's interesting, that's the worst problem. The fire is less of a problem than the fire extinguisher dust and stuff. So I've just spent an hour trying to take off the whole throttle body. The problem that I'm having is the throttle mechanism or body, it doesn't move up and down anymore when you pull on the throttle cable. It's obviously got like bunged up with powder. So I've just taken it all off. There it is on the ground. I've had to take off all of this, all of these, the injectors. Here is the old throttle body, the old injector rail. So this is the one that's leaking. So I've got a new injector rail, which is here, waiting to go on. This is all the other stuff I've had to take off. So this new one is going to go on and replace this one. And this is the problem at the moment, is that this doesn't move freely. Oh, okay, now it moves freely now that I've taken it off the bike. Okay, so that's encouraging. It just requires a good clean. But it wasn't moving at all when it was on the bike itself. And I think the reason why is just check out all of this. Okay? It's like, it's curious. So there's the powder is the problem. And of course I've lost a bit of paint as well. So thankfully I've actually got down to the level where I can now start cleaning properly and start rebuilding. So that's a big accomplishment for today. Some stuff has arrived. So although I put this tray in, these things here, okay, they are the things that hold down a certain, I think it's the ECU, it's this thing. No, it's the ignition control unit. So the ignition control unit slips in there, and it sits on these things. And that one broke. It actually literally bust. So I've ordered new ones. That was one of the things I was waiting for. They have arrived. They're somewhere in there, I think, or they might be in here. Oh, there we go. There they are. Okay, so that's what they look like. The interesting thing is you can't really fabricate your own ones, but they've arrived, so that's excellent. So I can get that going again. I'll spill my Coke just so that you can all see what I've done. Right, so Coke spill fixed. So I guess the next thing that I have to do now is two things. One, I've got an oil leak coming from the sump, so I have to drain all the oil, and I think I need to get a new gasket or a new O-ring. I'm not exactly sure, but check this out. Alright, so it's just coming around here. It's annoying. And then I've just got to clean everything here really, really carefully. Spray the bits and pieces that are exposed. Hopefully I don't have to take anything more off. Hopefully it's just a case of cleaning. I might take the coils off so I can get a bit closer to where I need to clean. Man, fire extinguisher stuff, you know, it saves your house, but it wrecks your project, that's for sure. And at least we're back on the road, guys. We are one step ahead of where we were yesterday, that's for sure. Okay, I'm basically going to start attacking this stuff with a 50-50 mixture of warm water and isopropyl alcohol, which is what I've read is the right way to tackle it. And let's see how we get on. Okay, we'll let that sit for a little while. I'll do the rest later. To be honest, it's battling to come off. I think it's acidic or something, and it's started to eat into the paint, but look at that. So I'm going to sand it down and just give it a bit of a spray. And I've wiped this many times and it still looks like that. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's not really coming clean, so I figure I'll try water blast it, because I mean the bike will be water blasted when it gets clean. So I've just taped up all the stuff that could get wrecked, and hopefully this will be okay.